I'm Danielle. I'm cat lover. Let's read what happened last time. Copyright disclaimer. Due to double failure of laws in Ohio to explain the favoring and unfavoring inheritance and socioeconomic system in Ohio, these copyright images belong to said owners and are being used to explain and show corruption of industries, Medicare, healthcare, food, baking, or creation, music, and are being used for educational use only to explain my life as an adult. And the problems going back to 1900 with the laws, and more recently from 1991 to 2005 and further on in 2020 during the pandemic, due to the implications of laws to 2022 and beyond, and unfair discrimination of children and adult children as well as others, political, finance, and religious issues due to Americans, Jews, Christians, children, women, men, German, Irish, and Jewish or Israel Americans and their neighbors. I'm expecting them to be next somehow, so. Alright, let's get going. As we were going on last time, this is unhealthy and unrealistic expectations for women and trans and just all the cons and stuff my sisters did, and using all these pop stars to get what they wanted, and it was just wrong. It is just wrong, and it's wrong for a lot of reasons. And these four did it. They took my companies. They used me to supply their albums and their concerts without consent. And they lied about my mental health of my family, and that was just wrong. And we're talking about how I paid for all this stuff, and how Christina Aguilera and Mariah Carey especially were saying, this person can do music, this person can. They have to support our causes. How they are all besties. And how Carrie Underwood and her dad used some sort of time travel to make it so she won the season, and I never even got to audition. And the use of my companies connected to HARP, which is at least 7 of them, and with Britney Spears' dad, Jessica Simpson's dad, and some sort of time travel. I do not know what. I do not know what the devices are. They could be H.G. Wells for all I know. But I know they're going to use a time tunnel and to use some sorts of time machines or time watches. I don't know. And I know they're using money from Unfavored to run Bitcoin. And eventually it's all going to be Bitcoin. All these Bitcoin and Wavin. And they're going to combine those companies and make them into marks. They're going to be called marks. That's what the money's going to be called. And they're going to put them in the RFID chips. You're going to get scanned when you go to work or when you buy stuff, and when you take your phone, and you'll have that in your head right there. This is for your wrist. You know, when you're like in your hand, you'll talk in with that or buy stuff. That's if you want to block that out. That's a scanner like for at the warehouses I worked at. That's to protect your wallet. And and that's what they put in like your food and stuff and scan it at the stores. And this is an update of the RFID control system. They can do this for $13 now. And they put the barcodes and QR codes, and that's where we're headed. Having this thing inside your wrist or in your head, or having a roll like in there, and they can monitor it by putting it on like the street like that, or in a ceiling, or in a keychain. You're someone who's liable to travel when they're not supposed to, like me. And put these markers. I've sold them at the store a couple times. And on people that work there are these for scanners that they use to work, and for key finders. And that's when you put underground, like a military base. And that's for when you'd have in like a regular office, like on The Office TV show. They'd have that, and they'd have a zebra printer like that. That's no longer there, so I'm look for it. And a portable programmer. That's what you see in the Big Bang Theory and National Treasure movies. But that's what I mean. We'll have that inside all of us. It's the size of a grain of rice. It's ridiculous. And then you're going to have radiators like that on the ceiling. They even have more flush ones. These are like knee pads. Those are ones you can stand up in like a room, like a router, and make people think it's a router. And then we'll scan QR codes and know everything about you, and just like make a mandatory tattoo. And it's going to go through Bitcoin and waves. Bitcoin and waves, remember that. And it'll be New York City, near Circle Court, where they're going to have them. And where they're going to have their headquarters. But this is why I'm mad at Iggy Azalea, because when last year as a joke, I said, oh, why don't you run over my high school diploma for all goods to me? And they literally took it and ran over by Iggy Azalea and then put it up for auction, which is just wrong. So I can't go to nursing school, I can't go to business school, and it's not fair. It's just not fair, and I'm studying all this stuff for nursing, and I studied all this stuff to get ordained to be an officiant preacher, and it's just wrong on so many levels. Alright, that's Will Rosenberg. It's going to be like a female officiant preacher like that. The lady in the top left is her. It's just wrong. This is her, Allison Hannigan, betraying her on TV. And Rosenberg's family runs Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm afraid some of their properties and Krispy Kremes are not, like I said, not legal.